Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about acrylic stamps and a few tips to get started. I'm Emilee and you've found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting pages done. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. So acrylic stamps are very affordable. They are some of the most versatile tools you can use with your scrapbooking and card making. It is easy to get drawn into so many really cute stamps, and I want to recommend the type of stamps to add to your collection to limit your investment and get the most out of what you've purchased. And then I'll talk about how to use them and a couple of recommendations for ink. So if you're also a card maker, I would recommend a set like this where you get lots and lots of different sentiments that are very appropriate. There's a thinking of you, sympathy, get well, happy anniversary, in a couple of fonts, a congratulations, and they're very small and easy to use on a scrap of paper to create a note card. So this type of set is very versatile. Another set that you might want to invest in is a set of letter stamps. These are nice for scrapbooking because you never run out of a letter. With letter stickers, which I love and have a lot of, the problem being sometimes you run out of those frequently used letters, and when you're using stamps, you never run out of a letter. I will stamp a page title with these in a moment, but let me also talk about other versatile stamps. So something like a flower that could be repeated over and over as a border or used on a variety of greeting cards are a great investment. Try to pick a stamp that you know you can use a variety of colors with and a variety of occasions, and they can be background stamps or become embellishments on your page. When you're using acrylic stamps, you need something called an acrylic block, and they come in different shapes and sizes. This one is very thin. It works well, but it's just a little bit different, and I think it came with a acrylic stamp set. It was just included in there, and so I've found it to be useful. There are also these bigger blocks. If you're only stamping a very small sentiment, like this one, it says just a note, the bigger block is just more difficult to work with, and so that's where you want a variety of sizes of the acrylic blocks to choose one that's not too big, and it's easier to just deal with that small stamp on a small acrylic block. The larger blocks are nice when you're wanting to use a larger image or multiple images. When you go to use your acrylic stamps, they just peel off the holder card, and you can put multiple stamps on a larger block and arrange them just as you like them. And then when you're ready to stamp, you can ink and position onto your project because you can see right through that acrylic stamp. Let's experiment with creating a little embellishment for this journaling spot. This is a little swirl that I think will complement the journaling spot and make it look nice. I can put that in the corners, and it will kind of embellish this journaling spot with not a lot of work. And I would recommend before you go out and invest a lot in many colors, start with just a good jet black archival ink, or another option is a black distress ink. Both of these work well when stamping your letters or simple images that you want to color in. I like these larger pads because you can take the lid off and then apply the ink to the stamp to get good coverage. And then you can actually see, before you press down, you can see where that image is going to be and position it exactly as you want it. I want to also do an image in the opposite corner. I'll be using this journaling spot as well as the title that I'm going to stamp next in an upcoming project. But first, let's talk about coloring stamped images. Many people like to use Copic markers to color in their stamped images, and I have a limited number of these. I haven't invested in a lot of Copic markers, but I wanted to show you that you can use them on stamped images. And then I also really prefer to color in my images with colored pencils. I find this a lot of fun and relaxing, and a way to really feel good about using my collection of stamps and creating something pretty and unique for my pages. I like to store my stamps on the plastic sheets that they came with. I have them in a photo box, just stored straight up and down like that. Now let's stamp this page title. I'm going to use these on an upcoming video, both the journal spot and the stamp title. I want to show you how easy these letters are to work with to make a stamped title quickly for your pages. I have these little squares in my stash, and so I've mounted them in a nested fashion, and I've decided to just stick with the archival black ink for these letters. And the title is going to read Super Lucky. So I'm going to do one letter at a time. And you'll see how quickly this will fall together. When you're done, you just lift that stamp right off, put it back to its home, and do the next letter. You can see right through that acrylic block to see what kind of ink coverage you have. Position that's the letter right where you want it on the square. Now, I know I'm going to need another U, so before I put this back, I'm going to stamp it S-U-P-E-R-L-U. Now, I'm not talking really about the brands of the stamps I'm using. To me, that's just not important. I think use what you find, use what's affordable, and what you like. So there are a lot of great YouTubers that will tell you the latest and greatest stamps and where to purchase them, and I'm all for that. But I just want my channel to be about using what you have and not so much about the stash hauls or promoting certain products. So these letter stamps happen to be in my stash for some time. They're probably not even still sold. They are from Hero Arts, but if you went to try to find these, I'm sure you could find something similar, but maybe not the exact thing, and that is okay. I would love to hear in the comments what your suggestions are to others who are new to acrylic stamping. What inks do you recommend? Do you also use this archival jet black ink, or is there something else you prefer for your stamped images that you color in, or for your sentiments? So there's this will be my page title, Super Lucky, and my journal spot. Look for this video coming soon, but that's a quick introduction to acrylic stamps and how to use them. Let me know if you have any questions. Just leave them down in the comments and I'll be happy to try to help. Here's links to a couple more videos about stamping on your scrapbook pages. Let's keep on scrapping our stash together.